Welcome back, everyone, to Starting Lineup. We're here for another episode. Again, I'm Bruce Juneau. As you know, Mike DeMarco, Jason Lynch. That guy's gone. Thank you. I forgot to hit him off last time, but you know.
Yeah, he forgot to hit Opes the Skeleton, but I didn't mind. We love the Halloween. I hope you enjoyed the Halloween episode.
Mike, how are you doing?
I don't know how I'm still on the show with the banner between you two.
Anyway, highlights as we always started off.
Yeah, we go on to hockey. Dallas taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Highly contested matchup here. And the Lightning win the faceoff, and Lightning strikes first as Colton gets the Lightning up 1-0. And the Stars looking to tie it up. And they do. And who is it? Mason Marchment. And now, in the second period, Dallas takes the lead with Jason Robertson. And now, Lightning trying to tie it up, and they do with Steven Stamkos. And now Lightning wanting to take the lead here, and Ian Cole does some fancy puck work, gets it in, but Dallas responds right away, giving it into overtime. And now a 2-on-1, perfect opportunity for the Lightning, and Alex Killer gets the goal, game-winning goal. He does a little rollover. Lightning win 5-4.
More hockey. We had the Canucks at the Bruins in TD Garden. The Bruins starting the season hot. They're 13-2 and undefeated at home. Bruins are going to get on the board early. They do. They sneak it past Demko to go off 1-0 early. Here come the Canucks. Answer right back with the goal. We're knotted up at 1. Bruins passing it around. They sneak one past Demko once more, and they're up 2-1. Bruins looking to stay undefeated at home. Hot potato with the puck, and it goes through back of the net. Bruins are up 3-1. Now they got a 2-goal lead on the power play. The empty netter is good. Bruins pull away. 5-2 is your final.
Now we move on to Philadelphia, where the Washington Commanders travel to play the Eagles. We're the only unbeaten team left in the NFL, and they'll start off strong with a Jalen Hurts QB sneak into the end zone. They'll go up by 7, but Taylor Heineke wants to make his mark in this division. He'll hand it to Antonio Gibson, who will march it in, tying up the score. Now, Hurts with a fake run, and he'll find Goddard in the middle of the end zone, and Eagles take the lead yet again. Now, only up by 3 are the Eagles, but it'll be a handoff from Heineke as he's pushing, and he does get it, and Washington will take the lead. Now, they're up 9, but Jalen Hurts trying to answer back, and he will through Devontae Smith, and they'll now only be down by 2. But it's looking like it's too little too late, as Jalen Hurts, with no time on the clock, he'll find Devontae Smith again, and he'll be looking to pass it, but he can't. He's not a quarterback, and it'll be picked up by the defensive lineman, and they'll walk it into the end zone to give the Eagles the first loss of their season in a divisional matchup.
Now we go on to Clippers at Mavericks, going from one Dallas team to the other for me. And Luka dribbling it, and he steps back. 3, cash money made. Luka is a monster. Now, Mavericks. Zubac gets the block, and they get the ball down the court, and they give it to PG-13, and he hits the triple from the corner. Paul George getting hyped here. And now, seconds remaining, 30 seconds left in the Mavericks Clippers. Luka looking to pass the ball, and everyone passing the ball. The defense is clamped, but Luka hits a shot, and he makes a crazy shot with 2 defenders on him. The Mavericks end up winning 103-98. That fan was not happy.
We go back to Boston, this time for NBA basketball. Thunder looking to upset the hot Celtics. Here comes Shai off the window. It is good. Thunder are up early, looking to keep that momentum going. Here's a steal by Poku. He's running the break. This is it off to Lou Dort. He gets a tough finish. Thunder still up. Celtics looking to answer back. Here comes Jaylen Brown over to Grant Williams with a sidestep off the pump fake, and it is good. Celtics trying to do anything to gain some momentum. Tatum doesn't know where to go. Shai does. He takes the steal. He's running the break himself. A one-man show all the way to the cup. Thunder will not go away. They're up 2. Celtics. How do you forget about Jason Tatum if you're the OKC Thunder? He slams the home with authority. Celtics are up 1, but here comes Shai once again. The man is unstoppable. Celtics do take a 3-point lead. There's 40 seconds left to go. Marcus Smart looking to steal the deal, and the DPOY can play some offense, folks. Celtics pull away. There's something good going on in Beantown. 126-122.
We don't have a same city for me like we had for them, but we have the most hyped game from the weekend. Buffalo Bills playing the Vikings, up by 7. Josh Allen finds Gabriel Davis on the left-hand side of the end zone, and they'll go up by 14 at home. Kirk Cousins is going to have to look to bounce back, and who will he do it through? Dalvin Cook. Breaks 1, breaks 2, breaks 3, burns them all, and he'll be gone all the way for an 81-yard touchdown. They'll only be down by 10 now. What a man that is. Now, Kirk Cousins, they're down 4. They need some magic in the fourth quarter, and it'll be through. Is that a pick? No, it's not. It's a Justin Jefferson reception, and they try to sneak it to go up and take the lead on 4th and goal, but they'll be short. It's an insane series of events in Buffalo. Bills will get the ball back in their own end zone. But wait, there's more. As Josh Allen, he fumbles it in the end zone on his attempt at a quarterback sneak, and it'll end up going into overtime. Now Josh Allen looks over the middle to try and seal it, but it'll get picked off by Patrick Peterson for his second of the day, and Vikings will win away in one of the most historic games I've ever seen. After the break, we'll have more for you. Stay tuned.
Great option for students just because, one, you get your late night option. It's open, all day during the day. It appeals to so many different students. It appeals to the vegetarians, the vegans, any student that's avoiding gluten. With the Sundowner being right in the ACC, it's a great place for students to come meet their friends between classes, whether they want to get a quick snack, a drink, and just hang out with each other and have a good time. Good atmosphere, good music, good people.
Welcome back, everyone, to Starting Lineup. Again, my name is Bruce. Mike and Jason are here, and we're here for our special guest segment, as we always do. We're here with Jack. How we doing?
How you doing?
Chilling, vibing, same as every day. But we have some questions for you, as we hear you are a big Bills fan.
Big Bills fan.
And it's coming off not so good a week from them.
No, it's pretty hard to win games when you turn the ball over 4 times.
That is fair. I'll start it off this time. I don't feel like I've started it off much. That Justin Jefferson catch on 4th and 18. I just want to hear your thoughts, what was going through your mind.
From the TV, it didn't look like it was a catch, and then everyone started celebrating, and that hurt. But, it hurt more at the end when they fumbled it before overtime. So, can't be too mad at the catch, But
That's fair.
So I got to ask, Josh Allen has the most interceptions in the season so far out of any quarterback. What do you make of that?
Well, I could blame it on his injury. I could blame it on a lot of things, but in reality, it looks like he's just doing too much. He's trying to force passes, just aren't there. And he's also turned the ball over by fumbling it, too. He's got 4 on the season. We got to clean it up.
My question for you, Jack, is what's your level of concern? Coming off a loss to the Jets and out of the Vikings as well. Are you concerned at all?
Every championship team, they have a little down stretch. It's how they handle the adversity and come back from it. So I think I still think we'll do good, make a deep playoff run, hopefully go to the Super Bowl, and yeah.
So your next couple of games, you got the Browns, Lions, Patriots, Jets, and Dolphins. 2 of those 3 division games are at home, too. How are you feeling about that schedule?
I'm feeling pretty good, Jason. It's always good to have home games, especially in the division. We're not looking too good in the division right now. 2 losses in the division in Miami and New York. And having those home games will be huge. Lions will be pretty good, too.
Just one more thing, kind of to lighten the mood. I feel like we've kind of attacked you a little bit. Naheem Hines, the pickup and non-usage. Your thoughts?
So, he has been used on special teams. He's a return guy for us a little bit. They're trying to get him in on 3rd downs, but, that primary look for Allen is just always Stephon Diggs, so it is hard to get him in there, and Allen isn't used to passing to a running back too much. So.
Yeah, I was about to say, even the run game in general, they don't really use running backs.
Right.
At all. They rely on Allen's arm.
Yeah, Josh Allen was also the leading rusher in that game against the Vikings, too, for Buffalo.
Last year, Brian Dable, he was our offensive coordinator, and we never really ran the ball too well, and it's concerning that Saquon Barkley is running the ball so well down there.
We love Saquon Barkley.
It's got to be something.
One last question I have for you. If you had to pick now, what would be your final record for the Bills this season?
I'd give us maybe 1-2 more losses max.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
you're confident.
I agree with that.
That is fair. That is fair
That is fair.
for a Bills fan. I mean, I do think the Bills are a good team. I am a Patriots fan myself, and I do hope that one of those losses comes to us, despite popular demand. I don't think it will in a lot of people's heads.
I do think the Bills are the best team in the NFL. Maybe not on record, but on paper, I think they are.
The Vikings are pretty good, just like I said last week, but I don't know what to tell you. All right, well, anything else for you guys?
That's all I got, Bruce.
That's all I got.
Jack, we appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully, for your sake, the Bills straighten things out.
Hopefully.
When we return, we'll see you guys for the prized Mike's picks, as my favorite. See you then. Sigma Tau Gamma Fraternity.
We have a lot of successful alumni. We're a very well-rounded fraternity. We do a lot of philanthropy and charitable events.
Our local one is Journey into Reading. We go to the mall in Plattsburgh and we hand out books to children.
And our national philanthropy is Special Olympics New York, where we do a charitable event called Polar Plunge.
It just teaches you a lot being around a group of guys and having the experiences now and in the future. The best decision I ever made in my life.
Welcome back, everybody, to Starting Lineup. And right now, we have Mike's picks. That's my favorite. I love it. I'm winning. Right now.
Yeah, he got lucky last week.
I was a sleeper pick.
Me and Mike are one game behind, though. We've all had our weeks where we had our fun, but
I had plus 400 odds.
only a couple more episodes left to show who's the true winner.
It's been pretty close, but I'm pretty confident in my picks this week. All right. So first up, we go on to the NFL. We got Cowboys at Vikings. I'm picking the Vikings. I expect them to build off their momentum of last week's win against the Bills. I got them taking it over Dallas.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, Mike. The Vikings are too high right now, and that game against the Bills was absolutely nuts. One of the best NFL games I think I've ever seen in history. Well, maybe not in history, but in recent years. Justin Jefferson is insane, better than who CeeDee Lamb, would that be like their one? So I got to go with the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going Vikings too. Clean sweep for the Vikings here. It's at Minnesota. Dallas just had a crushing loss to Green Bay, which set them back in the division, in a very highly contested division. Vikings are looking like they're skiing through the North right now. Yeah, Vikings.
Okay, good picks. We're all in agreement. Moving on to the NBA, Nuggets at Mavericks. It's tough to go against Luka. Luka is the man, all right? But Denver, they just have more playmakers. They got Michael Porter Jr., he's back. Jamal Murray, he's back. Aaron Gordon is solid, and so is KCP, taking Denver.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Denver too. And I checked before this, and Luka's out. I saw that Luka was out, or I was going to go with the Mavs, but I'm going with the Nuggets now. And they just had that big game against the Bills, or the Bulls. They had the big game against the Bulls. They beat them by almost 30, so I got to go with the Nuggets, as well as the fact that basically everything Mike said.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for the fact that Luka wasn't out, I might have gone Mavericks, but I got to go Nuggets. I think Nuggets are the all-around better team when you take away their superstars. So if Luka and Jokic aren't playing, then I'm taking Nuggets all the way.
It's going to be bad if they end up playing, and then I just kind of read that they were out today.
So far, no differences in our picks. Moving on to the NHL, Golden Knights at Oilers. I'm taking the Golden Knights purely off their record. They're 13-4 this season with 26 points, and they're 8-1 on the road. They're road warriors. I'm taking them on the road.
This is where we finally part ways, Mike. Okay. I'm going to have to go with the Oilers. Yeah, Golden Knights are great on paper right now. It's just the Oilers have two of the top point leaders in the league right now. They got Connor McDavid. They got Draisaitl. And the chemistry at the Oilers, especially between those two, is absolutely insane with feeding the puck to each other. So I got to go with the Oilers, especially at home.
See, I got to go Golden Knights. It's a really tough decision, but Golden Knights have had a little bit of a losing streak. They've lost to the Sharks and the Blues. So it's been rough for them right now. But I think they'll bounce back. Eichel had 2 goals in their last 3 games. 2 out of their last 3 games. He had a goal in each. I think the Golden Knights might be just the better team than the Oilers. It's hard to decide, but I'm going Golden Knights.
2022 FIFA World Cup, Qatar and Ecuador. You know, since the World Cup hosts began playing the opening match in 2006, the home team has never lost. I'm picking the first. I got Ecuador taking down Qatar.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with you on this one, Mike. Despite Jason's hype from what I've heard so far on Qatar, from the pre-show and all that, I'm going with Ecuador. I don't really care what he has to say. Caicedo, the young stud coming up. We got Estupiñán. The team it's a very solid roster, so that's why I'm going to go with Qatar. Ecuador. Ecuador. We're going with Ecuador. We're not going with Qatar.
Okay, listen, I love my underdogs. Qatar is a little bit of an underdog. I mean, they've won their last 5 games, but they were all against mediocre teams. But I think they can compete. I think they really can compete. And Ecuador, their last 5 games, they had 4 draws and 1 win. I'm going Qatar. It might be a hot take, but I'm going now.
I said it's definitely a hot take. Let's just move on to NCAA men's basketball. Kentucky at Gonzaga. I got Kentucky. Listen, they just got scores. They got guys that can get you buckets. We're talking about Oscar, Reeves, Wheeler, Frederick, Wallace, Toppin. All those guys I just named have 10 or more points per game this season. So I'm taking Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you, Mike. On this one, I got Kentucky as well. It's very hard to pick against Gonzaga, but, you know, despite being as high a seed as they are, they're always a hit or miss against big teams when it comes to history. And, again, like you just said, Oscar Tshiebwe, absolutely insane in the paint. So I'm going to have to go with Kentucky.
So I'm going to go Gonzaga here. I think it's tough. They're 2-0 right now. I mean, they blew out North Florida, and they had a really close game against Michigan State. But they got scores, too. They got Julian and Time. Like, they were putting up 30 points apiece each. Yeah, I'm going Gonzaga.
Okay, moving on to our last game of this segment, USC at UCLA, men's football NCAA. Caleb Williams, USC quarterback, over 3K yards on the season, 31 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. I got USC.
Yeah, you took the stats right out of my mouth, Mike. I'm going with USC as well. I'm going to add on the fact that their defense has looked red hot. It's looking like, I wanted to say the Cowboys defense, but I mean after this past week, I can't say that anymore. But we're going with USC.
I'm going UCLA. They're undefeated right now. They got a really good win against Oregon. I really thought that was a good win. And their running back, I love their running back. They're Zach Charbonneau. He has over 1,000 yards on the season and 13 TDs. I think that rushing game will really catch USC off guard. So I'm going UCLA.
All right, well, great picks, y'all. We had a lot of the same ones this week, but I mean,
there were some differences.
Now that I am in the lead, I can say that my picks are the best. Finally, for the first time since.
Well, we'll see about next
Yeah,
episode.
we'll see
how it goes next episode.
Anyway, it's been a fun segment. I love this segment. It's a great time. After the break, we'll see you for our discussion on the World Cup. So we'll see you then.
TG in one word to me means integrity.
It's responsibility. It's trust.
Solidarity.
Synergy. Home. These guys are my home.
Theta Gamma is welcoming.
In one word, TG means to me family.
I'm Vincent Perno, president of Theta Gamma. Here at Theta Gamma, we emphasize the importance of scholarship, leadership, and service. We strive to make ourselves better people as well as our community a better place.
Welcome back to Starting Lineup. Man, God, I love that prediction segment.
I think I had the best predictions.
No, dude, it touches my heart. Like, I don't know. Anyway, as we all know, or at least you know if you haven't been living under a rock, the World Cup is coming up in just a few days here. So we thought, what's a better plan than to talk about it? So we're going to go through and give you all our predictions as to who we think is going to make it out of each group. Later on in a potential future episode, depending on how far we go. We could always bring in what teams make it to the group stage, who we think will win it all. But today's just going to be the groups. So we're going to start with Group A today, boys. I have the Netherlands and Senegal making it out. The Netherlands is just a very hot team. They have De Ligt, Van Dijk. Their whole roster is just insane, and after last World Cup, they had chances to win. And then Senegal and Ecuador were a bit of a toss-up for me, but I did have to go with Senegal in that one.
Yeah, so I have Qatar and Ecuador making it. As I said before in my predictions, I have Qatar winning, but because they have won their past 5 games, and they aren't against the best teams, but I think that shows they can compete at an upper level. And I also have Ecuador. It was also, again, a toss-up between Senegal and Ecuador, but I got to go Ecuador for this.
Bruce, for my Group A, I agree with you on the Netherlands. I think they're just the hotter team right now. And instead of Senegal, I have Ecuador coming out of that group.
Okay, that's fair, yeah. Ecuador and Senegal, that was definitely my toss-up for who would take that 2 seed. If Qatar makes it through, Jason, I'll give you a firm handshake and a kiss on the cheek.
I can't wait for that.
Because, yeah, I mean, good for them if they do. Move on to Group B, as it's going to be, this is one of my favorite groups, as it always is. It has both the United States and England. A very anticipated match when that comes up. I have England making it out in the 1 seed because England is England. They're all the hype's around them right now after almost winning the Euros. And I have the United States coming out at 2. Based off only goal differential. They both have 4 points that I have, but the United States has a better goal differential than Wales in 3, and then I think Iran is going to finish at the bottom.
Yeah, I have England and USA as well. I agree with a lot of the points you're saying, and I think England is definitely the best team out of that group, but I think the USA can really compete against England. We'll see how it goes, though.
I hate to go against you guys, against U.S. especially, but I got England and Wales coming out of Group B.
Yeah, that's another thing. I could definitely see Wales coming out of Group B because obviously it's one of Gareth Bale's last World Cups that he's going to perform in, and Wales is a solid team all around. I just feel like there's a lot of hype around the United States right now. They've had a lot of big decisions to make as to what players to play, so that's why I picked the United States. Moving on to Group C. I have Argentina and Poland coming out of it. Obviously, one of Messi's last ones too. One of Lewandowski's for Poland. So I had Poland beating out Mexico by just a point, but I did have to go with Argentina and Poland.
I got Argentina and Poland as well. I think Argentina has one of the best rosters in the World Cup. I think they're one of the favorites to win it all, and I think Poland is like in that level with Argentina as well.
Going against you guys again, I'm sorry. I have Argentina, but I have Mexico coming out.
That is fair, yeah. Again, Mexico is a solid team. I just think Lewandowski's got it up front, and Szczesny's got it in the back for Poland to hold it down. Moving on to Group D. I don't have the groups in my screenshots. We have France, Denmark, Australia, and Tunisia. Count Tunisia out, count Australia out, because I got France and Denmark. France, an obvious one, and Denmark, it's not the hardest group to make it out of, in my opinion.
Yeah, I got France and Denmark as well. France, the defending champions, they got such a good attack with Kyla Mbappé and Karim. Like, I think they're one of the favorites to win it, if not the favorite. Denmark as well. It's not a hard group to make it out of. I got France and Denmark.
We're on the same page finally, boys. France and Denmark for me too.
Yeah, dude, I'm hyped to see how Mbappe does in this World Cup after the last one. I'm already losing track again. Group E, we got Germany, Spain, Costa Rica, and Japan. If you don't have these 2 teams coming out, we're going to have a problem. Germany and Spain, I got them both coming out on 7 points. The only reason they don't both have 9 is because they're going to draw to each other. So I got Germany and Spain.
Yeah, I got Germany and Spain too. I mean, I can't really see Japan or Costa Rica making it. So I think Germany and Spain are the best 2 teams.
I'm looking at your paper, Mike.
All right, so I got Spain, but I have Costa Rica instead of Germany.
Wow, that's a hot take.
That is a very hot take, but if they're Japan's never gonna make it through, ever. In my opinion, sorry, no bias. But Costa Rica, I could see them somehow being a sleeper pick to make it. So I can't hit on you.
You know,
too much
I
for it.
initially had Germany too, but I X'd it out and I went with Costa Rica last
That's
minute,
fair. That's
so.
not a bad sleeper pick. That's not a bad one to have. If you would have said Germany, then I would have attacked you. But all right, moving on to the next group: Belgium, Croatia, Morocco, and Canada. As much as I really wanted to find a way for me to put Morocco through, I had to go with the Belgium and Croatia. Belgium, just absolutely insane roster. Croatia coming off that loss in the last World Cup. They're going to be here for vengeance, so we got them two going through.
Yeah, I got Belgium and Croatia too. I don't think the other teams are as good, and Croatia made it all the way until they lost to France. I think those two will make it out of this group.
I agree with you, boys. Belgium, Croatia, for sure.
Next group, we have Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, and Serbia. Now, this one was a tough one for me. We got Brazil going through with 9 points, absolutely mopping the floor. But for your boy, we have Switzerland, Cameroon, and Serbia all on 2 points, and Switzerland making it through on goal differential. So I have Brazil and Switzerland because that group is a one-man show.
Okay. I have Brazil, obviously. I think they are the favorite to win it all. I would take Brazil all the way, personally. But I think Serbia will make it out as well.
Interesting. You know, I have Brazil, obviously. They're my favorite to win it as well. I have them winning the whole thing. But I have Switzerland coming out of Group G with Brazil.
That's fair, yeah. Again, those bottom three for me. In my opinion, one of those bottom three, whoever makes it through, they're going out first round. And then this is our final group, Group H. We have Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and Korea Republic. I love Heung-min Son, despite the fact that he's at Tottenham, but I got to put them at the bottom of the table and go with Portugal at 1 and Ghana at 2. Portugal, it's Ronaldo's one of his last World Cups as well, if not his last. And so for the same reasons as Messi, I feel like they're going to be fighting pretty hard, and their team's pretty stacked. So I got Portugal and Ghana.
Yeah, I got Portugal and Ghana as well. I think Ronaldo, he's obviously not going to go down without a fight in one of his last World Cups. So Portugal definitely making it. And I would say Ghana makes it over Korea and Uruguay.
I'm glad we can end this segment in agreement. I also have Portugal and Ghana.
That's fair, that's fair. Just the last thing for this segment, I have a question for all of you. You guys said Brazil is your favorite to win already, right? Is that your top picks?
Yep, that's I would say my top 3 would be Brazil, France, and Denmark.
Okay, I got Brazil, Argentina, and Spain as my top pick.
Okay, that's fair. I'd have to go with Belgium, France, and England.
Okay.
I feel like, despite the fact that England can never make it past the first round, this is their time. But yeah, I love the Belgium roster, and France is France. So
How do you not have Brazil in there?
I don't know. I just their roster's so good, but they've retired a lot of older players, and so they have the young guys coming up, and I don't know if the chemistry will be there just yet. Obviously, they're a phenomenal team. It's just...
I mean, their goal differential in qualifiers was plus 35.
Yeah, well, you got to look at who they play. Like,
that's fair. No, that's completely fair.
But yeah, so that's why I don't have Brazil up there. I'd have them at 4 or 5, but there are always going to be those top teams that are fighting for it no matter what. I'd love to see a sleeper go through. Like, I'd love to see, United States in the top 4.
Qatar. Sleeper pick.
Like I said, if Qatar makes it through, Jason, I'll buy you a donut. That's all for the World Cup segment and for starting lineup as a whole for this episode. It's been a pleasure, as it always is, to be here with you guys. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.